over.
There it is.
We don't want to sloppy shop here, Roman.
This week we were delayed by RJ City and Hikaru Shida.
That's not gonna work.
Saying that's
My
not
science fair today.
You did.
It's crazy,
Everybody
man.
survived.
I'm not sure about that
Everybody still
one.
have 10 fingers and toes. And we're ready to go.
We have 8 fingers technically,
Hello
kids.
again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Grappling with the Gilmans. I'm Josh. Who are you today, bro?
And I'm not okay.
You're not okay? And you? Are you Luca today? Into the microphone. You'll be Sam.
Actually, no, I don't want to be Sam.
That changed real quick.
I'll be the microphone.
Yep. Who are you today?
The microphone.
You're in the microphone today. And we are back in what I will call the new SVW podcast studio here in Fishtown to talk about the week in pro wrestling with
Undisclosed location. You can't say where we are.
No, I disclosed.
We're at Roman's
I
house.
asked Roman at the first time we were here if I could disclose.
We're at Roman's house.
So we are in Roman's home
Jesus
studio.
Christ,
I've said this
how far we've
before, which
fallen.
I will now call the new SVW podcast studio
No, I think this is an
here in
upgrade.
Fishtown. With us as always is
It
John.
went from a low downgrade to like a minor upgrade.
Oh, this is a total.
This is a great
from
upgrade.
from the undisclosed location.
What, our basement? No, it
This
was
is
like
a total.
it was like
Can we disclose?
That-
Wait, can we disclose the location
was
where
like-
we were?
no,
No.
the status of the studio was like
We've talked about this before. Oh no, but this
I'm
is
like-
a total upgrade. At least we're on a couch.
Yo, hold on, I need to go off
Again,
camera.
it doesn't look like we're being. Where's he going?
I dropped some.
It doesn't look like we're being held for ransom.
Okay, I got it.
All right. So here once again to talk about the week in pro wrestling.
Okay, I'm ready.
And again, with us as always is John. All right, let's get right to it.
real rambunctious
Do
today,
you
old man.
two? You know the world waits. Do you two have any hot takes or other thoughts you want to share right at the beginning? You have all week to think about this.
I don't remember anything that happened this week that was notable to me.
Okay,
That
nothing
dead
stood out.
guy, JR and cancer.
Okay, well, we're not wasn't planning on talking about that today.
Ric Flair.
No, Ric Flair didn't do anything newsworthy this week that
yeah.
I'm aware of.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, well, the week's over. Max?
No, son.
No. Any hot takes?
Oh.
Or do you want me to start to get into it and then you'll just be inspired?
Wait, what happened this week?
Well, nothing comes to mind?
Oh, more Samoa Joe.
What?
More Samoa Joe in squash matches.
All right, we're going to get to him.
He
Okay.
he needs to be more of a big meaty man. Like,
How could he be anything
no,
else?
'cause, like he's not being enough of a big meaty man. Like he needs to use his
Okay. I believe that he
he
is.
needs to use his meat more like this. Like
Oh God.
he needs to follow them, like to pin them. But he needs to use.
You
his,
want him to use a splash instead of the coquina clutch.
no more like for the coquina. What is it called?
The coquina clutch.
The clutch.
The hell that's supposed to
You
mean?
just like choke them out and you lay and you put them on the stove and just lay on them.
Oh.
Like this.
To
Like this.
to further suffocate somebody.
Yes, he needs to use
Okay.
his meat.
I
more.
didn't think we were going to go there
He needs
today.
to be more of a meaty man. That uses
I
his
think
meat.
that's the essence of who Joe is. But moving on, good thing I came up with some topics today, or this was going to be a short show. First, I can't believe you didn't say this right off the bat. Let's congratulate Darby Allin
Yeah.
on the people that keep an eye on these things. Confirmed on Sunday, he made it to the top of Everest.
He hasn't called. Well, we don't know if he hasn't called and dropped off it
The
yet.
photo is all out there now, including on AEW's Instagram, of Darby and his team with the AEW flag on the summit of Everest. And if you look at those pictures and you see that they are looking down at the clouds, you realize how totally insane that is.
The clouds. I was like 50 feet away from a cloud once.
Right, but you weren't 29,000 feet in the air.
I actually probably
No,
was.
you are not.
You weren't.
Monteverde is a crazy
and look,
place,
I don't
man.
wanna- I don't
can't
want to
say that.
I don't want to shortchange.
Like, you know about Monteverde, and it's a crazy place.
I don't want to
Those
shortchange.
Quakers are nuts. I don't want to mess with them.
I
That's
don't.
a good point.
No,
I
those
don't wanna-
Quakers are
I don't
crazy.
No,
wanna
that silence is insane, though.
I don't want to.
Those Quakers are crazy, man. I'm being honest here.
You're
Keep going.
right there.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to shortchange what you did in Costa Rica at the zip line place, but this is not.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how you were in a goddamn cloud forest.
Okay.
It's in the name.
Nonetheless,
I touched the cloud. I snorted a cloud.
Let's put this in perspective.
Yeah, Roman, I know you.
So far this year in
It's a crazy
2025,
thing, man.
4 people have tried to scale Everest, and they didn't make it already this year. So that is even with the advances in technology and the
He still has
equipment
to get down.
I would think that's much easier
I
than
would
getting
feel
up.
like it's harder.
That's got to be, and that doesn't include, because I actually read an article about this. Like, they've had to rescue a bunch of people up there by helicopter. Like, look, there's not a lot of.
Can I share a very
but he
gruesome
made
fact? Can I share a very gruesome fact
Sure.
about Mount Everest?
About Everest, okay.
So many people die up there. There's so many dead bodies
Yeah.
sprawled at the top because they don't.
You can't go up and get them.
No one wants to actually go up and
No, you
get
can't.
them. So that's why it's like so many bodies.
Yeah.
The old block.
So
Yeah, like if
like
yeah,
kids
there's
swearing
many people that went all the way, tried to get all the way up there and never came back down, including again 4 already this year.
question.
But Darby,
Would he
thank
die-
God, is not one
So
of
would
them.
Darby die if he tried to jump off the top?
I would think that
No, I
yeah.
think he's fine.
No, because I feel like he would hit a rock, right?
Oh,
he would hit
look,
part of the mountain.
Yeah, you can't,
No,
So,
he'd be fine.
I feel like he should cough and drop on
they're
something.
on their way, and I would hope he takes a little time to recover from this, because I can't even imagine how physically
No, he's
demanding
got to
that is.
immediately fight John Mox.
No. And then maybe we're going to see him back in AEW soon. But again, that's
Please.
quite an achievement.
Oh my god.
So I want to say that right off the bat.
Wait, when did he start this journey?
Oh my God, this was like, it takes a long time. It started sometime in April, I think.
Last April or this April?
No, this April.
No,
yes,
it didn't.
I'm pretty sure. Like we confirmed at first that he was there sometime in April. I mean, it takes a long time. You're talking about scaling a 29,000-foot mountain.
I could do it.
Wait, so if he did that
No.
in like...
I'm the next person to climb Mount Everest.
No,
Wait,
no, you're
so-
not.
So let's
2025,
say
maybe.
April, wait, so let's say he started April 1st. So if there's 24 hours in a day, hold on.
Yeah, I mean, look, they go some, and then they get to. There's base camps on the way. Thank you. Up there. No, it takes a long
Wait,
time.
I need to do some math. Hold on. So if there's 29,000 feet, 24 hours in a day, 24 times, what's the date?
Today?
The
Yeah.
20th.
It's the 20th.
My pro wrestling page
20th
should be
to 20th,
shipped out today.
31,
Well,
50.
Next episode.
Hopefully next
What's
episode.
24
Sam
times
Gilmans
51?
unboxing.
You're good at math. What's here? I need your calculator.
No.
Wait, what's
We're
51?
not doing this
Yeah, we're
right
not
now.
So
doing
what's
this.
51 times?
A long time.
Yeah.
That's how
it
long.
took a long time. Now, it's funny you already mentioned next week.
Wait.
Because next week is already figuring to be a big show, which is interesting to me because you don't think of Memorial Day weekend as like a big wrestling weekend, but
We were wrong.
there's 2 big shows this weekend. Obviously, Double or Nothing. And on Saturday,
Saturday night's main
there
event.
is a Saturday night's main event.
Oh boy.
So, and that for those of you that, for reasons I can't understand, want to see John Cena wrestle again, you're going to get the chance on Saturday because he will be wrestling a 53-year-old Ron Killings. So I have to say, when I saw this, I was thinking that Ron Killings has got to
doesn't
have
age.
had one of the strangest careers in pro wrestling history.
Most title reigns in WWE history.
I don't count that nonsense. But here's
No, I would count it. It was a worse version of the hardcore title.
think about this.
So.
The infamous incident on Raw where he said Green Bay instead of Milwaukee
Was it on purpose?
was in February of 2011. Now, do we all agree, because I certainly feel this way, had that never happened, he would have been gone from that company years ago.
Yeah.
Are we in agreement on
Yes.
that?
Yes, probably.
That one blunder totally changed his career. Because while he's essentially been a comedy geek ever since, he still
There's one
has,
point where he smoked on a guy. And that
he
was
still
kinda
has
funny.
a job in that company at 53 years old.
No, there was one time when he turned heel and started smoking on a dude.
That was very brief when he had, that was very, but for the most part,
Although the parents loved that.
for the most part, it's been him in his current incarnation.
He got blown up by MacGruber.
Oh, right. He got blown up by MacGruber.
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh,
He
yeah.
did some weird stuff
Was
with Jelly.
McGruber one of the guest celebrity GMs?
Yes, it was in that incredible
So
run
bad.
of guest celebrity GMs. One of them being the man who walked on the moon, Buzz
The
Aldrin.
second man on the moon.
The
Yeah.
Muppets. Diddy.
The Muppet.
Rob Zombie.
Bob Barker. I remember Bob Barker.
Yeah.
It was.
And then it became Trump's Raw. Remember that?
Oh God.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Absolutely
Oh yeah.
unbelievable.
And people thought that was real.
Yeah.
For people actually thought that was real. So we're gonna again. I
want to talk about
if you
this.
want to see John Cena have another bad wrestling match, Saturday night is your night because it's him against Arjun. But the rest,
No, I'm done. I'm
go ahead.
This sucks. I hate this. I'm gonna be honest with you here. WWE has a problem here.
Okay.
Their world champion. What's the word? Putting his title on the line against a guy who has it at a.
It's a non-title match.
Then what the hell is he doing there?
Well-
He's the goddamn world champion. He should be damn
Well, you
wrestling
knew they were gonna have
in
the
a
match.
world championship match,
You're gonna give Ron Killings a title
and then
shot.
kill him.
Oh,
You want to
that's
make
probably-
John Cena look like a bad guy.
Oh,
You're
that's
gonna
what's-
kill.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
No,
anyway.
no. They already screwed up once with giving Pat McAfee a real match against Gunther. Then
did.
the people gave him a goddamn
You're
standing ovation.
You're starting to see the light. Go on, brother.
Which goddamn sucks. No. I listen, Pat McAfee, he paid his dues. He did football.
Right, he paid his dues in the NFL.
He paid his dues. He did a visit in fact sport. He did some stuff in NXT. But this should not mean he should go against a goddamn world champion, a killer in Gunther. And I get it. He tapped out against Jay. Don't make him look like a sissy trying to fight Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee's finisher should have been a punt kick.
That would have been good.
They
'Cause
said-
that would've been
and
great.
They said they didn't have any hot takes today.
That could have been
everybody.
great.
I'm
No, but
glad
I'm
I
ready for
inspired this.
And I don't even get started on ticket pricing because that's horrible. They are offering a $40,000 plan. Yeah, who's going to spend $40,000 on a wrestling show?
Wait, what?
There's a plan, a wrestling subscription plan that is $40,000.
Okay,
Look this up.
I have
it's
to
the
ask
one
that.
where it doesn't even show you the price. It just says contact our team.
And what do you wait?
You
do
gotta
get
play
for
Top
this?
Golf with the goddamn Miz.
Wait,
That's what happened at
calm down.
WrestleMania.
You're hot, brother.
At WrestleMania, for $40,000, you got the ability, the honor
So wait,
of
this was-
playing
wait,
Top Golf with the
slow down.
Miz.
Slow down. Can you? I'm not familiar with this. What exactly are you talking about? What are they offering for this
All right,
$40,000?
I gotta pull it up
Roman,
here.
read it out for me.
Okay, because I
For
was
$40,000, here's
All
what
right,
you can
Roman's got
get.
it.
So it's WWE's $40,000 SummerSlam 2025
SummerSlam, okay.
package. It sold out immediately. Just again.
Great. That tells you
Wait,
how. That
wait,
tells you
wait.
how these people
I
are willing to
think I
chill
got the
out.
answer to how many. I think I got the answer to how many hours it would
Jesus
be.
Christ.
Is it 12024?
No, it has to be more than that. No, wait, let's hear about. I want to hear about the
I did it. It
$40,000
took me
package.
so
deal.
long.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So this includes premium front row seating.
For one night or both.
This is 2 nights.
Both
Both
nights.
nights. In-ring photo op at SummerSlam. Private transportation to events. Elite welcome event. That's like private. That's like where they have like the superstars. Because we got that offered for us when we went to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Me?
What?
For WrestleMania 41. Oh,
40,
this?
40,
Oh,
40.
40.
Private section at all-inclusive pre-show hospitality with superstar appearances by Kevin Nash and more.
Oh, yeah. Kevin
Oh,
Nash.
God.
Great. Wonderful.
That's obviously gonna push tickets.
That's going to. Yeah, and this is
Okay.
sold out immediately. So let me tell you.
Post-show press conference, access, and desk photo op.
Who gives a damn?
And tickets to both nights of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And
wait,
then
wait.
you get also tickets to SmackDown and Raw. And
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a no for me, brother.
This
And
saddens
how much
me.
is it again?
yeah,
How-
40 grand.
How for 40 grand? This is how little
So that's
TKO
about-
is going to chill out
Wait,
to you.
so that's about 10K
Hey.
for 4 shows.
Something-
That's at least $10,000 for a 40,000 price
Something
range.
like this is worth what somebody.
It doesn't pay for airfare.
No, you
but
still
it's
gotta
sold
pay
out
for airfare.
goddamn immediately, which is a problem for me. Because
Why?
this is how
If-
little TKO cares for giving you such little stuff.
Well,
wow,
something-
you get a
brother.
You get to sit at the commentary
Brother,
desk where you get
something-
Michael Cole and Pat
Something
McAfee.
like this is if somebody's willing to pay that much for it, which clearly people
Yeah.
were since Roman said it sold out, then you can't say it was priced wrong.
And this is the
This
other
saddens
thing.
me.
This is the other thing, though. Think about this, right?
If anything, if they sold it out, they might have been able to get away with charging more.
You
Yeah,
get
and that
premium
saddens
front
me.
row seating for 2 nights of
That
SummerSlam,
is the
as
one
well
thing that
as
I find
Raw
is
and
worth it.
SmackDown. That's your cover price right there.
That's the one thing that should be worth
You
it.
know what I mean? That's the price of that is paying the price of admission. Basically, those tickets are probably $10,000 each,
Right.
ringside,
And the rest of that stuff, it's like, yeah.
and it's SummerSlam. It's not like it's Backlash and you get.
No, it is. It is.
You know what I mean? It's a big 4 pay-per-view. So honestly, 40,000 is probably an accurate amount of money that it would
I would
cost
have
you.
no idea what the face value of that ticket.
It would cost you more money probably to buy a ringside seat for all 2 nights of SummerSlam and then Raw and SmackDown.
And how about all the benefit things?
Right. And
Exactly, and you add all that stuff in.
Yeah,
I
Kevin
think
Nash, that's a benefit.
I think it's fair
Right.
for the price, but
Kevin
I
Nash
would've
is a
bought it.
benefit to everybody here.
Good,
But he's never been a benefit to anybody.
You should go out
except
with the other
himself.
NWO.
Except himself.
Daniel canceled.
Meanwhile, they're
What do y'all think about Rusev fighting?
What the hell?
What? All right, John.
I was going.
Wait, can I give him a mic?
Rusev.
Oh yeah,
No.
I was. The rest of the Saturday night's main event card is not bad. You're going to get Priest and McIntyre in a cage. That ought to
that's
be all
how-
right. You're going to get Zayn and Punk against the New Dangerous Alliance.
Bad.
And for all of you yeeters, Jay and Logan Paul. So I assume we'll watch it. So next week figures to be a
God, I
big
love
show.
Logan Paul, bro.
Are we going to
Logan
watch?
Paul should go back. Yes, but Logan Paul should go back to Japan. I bet
Logan-
he's loved there.
Logan Paul is a great
He's
athlete.
beloved in
Gotta
Japan.
be
So-
honest. He's an amazing athlete.
Yes,
He is-
but he's
yeah.
a terrible person,
I'll
and that's
gi-
the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of
more-
racist.
Before we get into
He's a
Dynamite,
racist,
I
he's
have
awful.
I have one more topic.
His vlogs are
Look,
pretty good though.
the only thing you can say about Logan Paul is that he's an athlete, and that's
Yeah,
He's an
I'm not.
amazing-
You know,
he's
I'm
not like a a person or anything.
You know, I'm
His
talking to the
Mr.
microphone.
Beast vlog
You
with
know-
the
you know I'm not a fan.
trapped YouTubers in a box. That I watched that so many times. It was so
you
good.
know I'm not a fan.
I'm not saying no, but I'm opposite of you of saying he doesn't have any talent when he does have talent. You know, he did
He's-
wrestle Roman Reigns and put on
look, he's not.
and held his ground. He did.
He-
I'll say. I'll
is
say
athletic.
helped
I've
Rey
never-
Mysterio because I'm not using the word goddamn saved. Because if he was in the right place, it wouldn't have happened.
He undershot it.
No, but if he wasn't in the right place, it wouldn't have caused the problem.
He
What?
still would have undershot
There
it.
was a
He
thing
would have
about
landed on his neck.
how, he was doing like one of those springboard moonsault kind of things, and like they was talking about how Rey was gonna miss.
Oh,
But
okay.
Logan caught him. It wouldn't have been a problem if Logan was in the right goddamn spot.
He
for
would
the
have
spot.
fell on his neck and died.
Not if he was
Alright.
there.
Oh,
He
I do-
would have been
no,
killed.
he was messed up. He'd go over there and catch him. But
he
no, let's
didn't-
go on to the next thing.
If
I'll
he
watch
didn't-
Saturday
no,
Night's
no,
main
if he
event.
didn't
No.
catch him, he would have fell directly on his neck and
Speaking
most
of-
likely broken it like Biggie. Okay?
Speaking
No.
speaking of
He
people
would have
getting
obviously died. He could have died from that.
He
speaking
wouldn't have if he caught
speaking
the
of
spot.
people
If he
getting
messed-
hurt.
If he got the
left
spot.
on- He landed on his neck.
He watched the spot. He didn't land on his neck.
No,
He would have landed
because
on
he
his
tried.
neck.
Because
no, he
Logan
probably
had a
would have
knee here.
rotated. If
He was 100.
probably
He was
would've-
fully on his head.
I would have to see it, but
Yes, but he
I
was
mean, I would
also-
figured if he rotated enough, he would have gone splat on his face.
see?
Which would have been no good
but
also.
He would have undershot it. He was falling directly on his head
Well,
while Logan caught
There's
him.
no way you can
Okay.
fall directly on your head doing something on a springboard moonsault.
I mean, you could just undershoot the flip.
okay.
No, but there's no way.
Okay.
You can
Well, regardless,
Regardless, speaking of people getting hurt, I have one more WWE comment. You know, I am in no way suggesting that I ever want to see anybody get hurt in the ring. I want to
Oh,
be
God.
very
Oh,
upfront about that
Jason Tatum.
right away.
Even
No,
Jason Tatum.
not
Sorry.
Jason Tatum, not even or anyone, not even Jason Tatum.
Even Jason Tatum.
Okay. But let's keep it real because it's real.
what?
Over the course of her career,
She's done nothing.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax
I knew
has
it.
inflicted a lot of injury on a lot of people.
Wait, can we go on the list?
So
Let's see if we have a list.
So-
Is there a list of how many injuries she's
no,
caused?
but we all know it.
Wait, can we do
So-
over under 10?
So what
Oh, she broke
happened
Becky's
on
nose.
SmackDown when Tiffany Stratton kicked the chair right into that woman's face and busted her up. You know, I'm sorry, but it's evidence that karma exists. I'm just saying. Because that woman has been on the giving end of a lot of punishment over the years. So, you know, it happened. It is what it is. Now, I have one more topic before we get into AEW, and this is something that's sort of been floating around in my mind, actually since WrestleMania, but we've had so much stuff to talk about, I just haven't gotten to it. Because that weekend, not only did you have the very much hated main event of night 2,
Oh my god.
but you had on one of those, I don't know.
I actually want to talk about something else.
You had on one of those, I might have been a Game Changer show, whatever it was, that match between Minoru Suzuki and Butterbean, which I believe Dave Meltzer said was the worst match he'd ever seen.
Really?
Minus 459 stars. Alvarez said the same thing. Like he said, he said he was there in person. He said it was so bad he was actually glad he was there to see it in person.
Wait, what rating did he get?
I think. Well, he said I had to be the minus 5 stars, which is that. Now,
Has that ever happened?
it has a few times, but I was thinking like in the relatively short period of time that you two have been watching wrestling, it's so rare that you see anything that's really bad. So I was just wondering how you would respond to this question. What is the worst match you've ever seen?
All in
Oh,
next year.
all
Last
in
year,
where
MJF
okay.
got robbed.
Okay.
No,
That-
MJF. No, actually,
You mean when he got
MJF
dropped on his head and pinned?
in an illegal move
I-
that ends career. No. Will Ospreay ends careers, and I'll tell you this.
He won't even answer the question.
No, I said that. I said the match is awful. I said that
The match was not awful.
Is a negative.
If that is what your
1,000 stars.
if that is your impression of an awful match, then you really have no concept of what bad
His
pro
finisher is
wrestling
a
looks
pile
like.
Driver, where your arms are held up, so you're just dropping straight down. So that's like
Okay.
a concussion creator.
I knew,
He's AEW's Nia
everybody,
Jax.
and the thing is,
Geek of the
everybody,
week.
I knew that was what was going to be his answer, even though I gave him the chance to actually answer about
That
a
is my
bad
answer.
wrestling match.
That is my answer.
Have you seen? How about you?
I can't really think of a.
Because you actually did review a minus 5-star
Yeah,
event
I mean-
for your throwback, but I wouldn't even call that a wrestling match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't count that, but I would start doing that again. Send comments down
Oh
below.
yeah, if you want to bring throwbacks, back,
It became
then-
too much to take the notes and watch it because I had so much stuff.
Yeah,
going
no,
on.
we would just give an overall impression.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think
You can
if
send
you
us-
could print out the David Meltzer notes.
At grappling with the Gilmans. If you want Max to review some old matches again, send us some suggestions.
And
Other-
SCW, if you can want,
and-
comment. We don't.
Okay.
Go look at them.
I can't remember a very bad match, but
I have mine.
that one where Shibata, I think it was Shibata, got rolled up because he couldn't hear the ref and made him look like an idiot.
Oh yeah.
That was really bad and and
Oh,
Sam
I
tried to defend it and said it made him look good.
Oh, I forget who he was wrestling, but I do
Yeah,
kind of remember
and
that.
I think it was Moxley or something where he just rolled him up and Shibata just didn't hear and didn't do anything. I mean,
Yeah, I remember there was some weirdness with Shibata that made him look really
a
bad.
similar thing. This was a good match, but that blunder was Seth and Priest on that WrestleMania where he just didn't kick out.
Oh yeah,
That kind of
was
threw
there.
off the whole match, which
yeah, it
was-
did.
yeah, that was a thing.
It did.
And
I
that-
remember that.
And that tag WrestleMania match.
Wasn't that the Royal Rumble? Wait,
No, that weird WrestleMania match last year.
I forget. Oh no,
There was a weird
or was that at
Wrestle-
SummerSlam?
No, that was last year.
I think it might have been last SummerSlam, but
No,
either way,
no.
I remember the match.
No, that weird tag match last WrestleMania.
Who?
It was
Street Profits and
Oh, the street fight when when Bubba Ray Dudley got involved.
Yeah, I mean,
that wasn't. Oh, and the table broke and B-Fab started laughing.
yeah, I don't
Yeah,
remember
that was
anything
not
about
good.
that. So
That wasn't good.
those are three that I just don't
All right.
really remember. I don't remember any matches that I haven't
One more WWE
liked.
comment.
Oh wait.
It's about Jeff Cobb's new name.
Oh yeah. Speaking of bad, yeah.
What is it again?
Oh wait,
What is
I
it?
want to offer a compare and contrast because Roman, you want to chime in on this with some because I know you had to see some of the stuff that's truly bad. Let's not, to show you how the standard has been raised. from years ago because I was thinking about this myself.
I mean, I don't
What's
know.
the name again?
I think I'd have to think about like truly bad because I've seen some crazy stuff, but it's like part of a gimmick or like it's funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, but truly bad.
Paragon.
because I got two.
Go ahead. Maybe I
Okay.
can. Maybe I'll.
John,
think,
you
maybe
want
I'll
in
think
on
of one.
this? Worst wrestling match you ever saw?
You've been around for 1,000 years.
He was
Yeah.
asleep.
The worst? Nah.
No? All
Nah.
right. I got just
No.
just to compare and contrast. Here are the two that came to mind as I was thinking about this. Number one was the infamous Charmel versus Jen Maraska match, which I believe actually somehow did not only got
Jen
minus,
who?
in TNA. They had I'll be generous and call it a wrestling match between Charmel. I mean, I know you know who that is. Against this woman who was a contestant on the first season of Survivor.
Snooki?
That's Jersey Shore.
And she was.
There's a
She
difference?
Who
was.
also wrestled a match.
She was on
once.
WrestleMania.
She was in a WrestleMania.
Why is he whispering with him?
It
no.
was.
Wait, John is an answer.
Oh, you got one?
Wait.
Cena. John Cena and Michael Cole. I saw that a while ago. They had a wrestling match, and John Cena just
When Cole had his heel thing going.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I think I was actually looking at the list of I think I was looking at some kind of list of worst rated matches, and that Jerry Lawler versus Cole
I
match
was gonna say
was
that's
high
up
on
there.
it.
That's up
My
there.
other one is this, and this is also infamous, but I don't think this was rated in the Observer. Back in the day, you local
Back in my
Philadelphia,
day.
you Philadelphia old heads will remember this. An old cable channel called Prism used to show the WWF shows from the old Spectrum. This was before pay-per-view. So they would air the shows. And I believe this was in like 1983. There was an infamous match that I watched between Andre the Giant and Big John Studd,
Oh, yeah.
where Andre fell asleep in the ring.
Wow.
And John Studd
Old.
had him in a chin lock, and the two of them laid there on the mat for it was like almost 9 minutes.
Unbelievable.
Not moving. I've never. I mean, I was 12 or 13 at the time. I was like, what is happening here? I don't understand what I'm seeing.
I've
You know
never
what that
seen an
tells me?
actual Andre the Giant match, but I have seen a movie he's been in that I watched today.
Yeah.
I watched The Princess
He just
Bride.
got to watch The Princess
Oh, very
Bride
nice.
today.
It was
And the brother on
interesting.
the peanut.
We
A
watched
great
the
movie.
first like 45 minutes. Andre was
movie.
great.
A great movie.
You know
It is a
what
great movie.
So
you know
yeah,
what that tells me
that'll
about
show
you?
you. That'll show you how much the bar has been
You
raised.
know what,
Yeah.
what that tells me again about you?
I have a feel.
Oh, LD.
I started by saying for all the other
Oh.
Philadelphia
Yeah.
old heads. So yeah, I'm acknowledging.
Hey, Sam,
I
you're
would
in
have
that too,
to
buddy.
Oh, wait,
say.
Roman's got
I'm
an
not
answer.
old.
But you're
I would have to say.
Drop you on your head.
Most of the stuff that
Let's try to
took
look at
place in the early days of the Saudiverse. So when they did DX versus Brothers of
yeah.
Destruction,
Bald,
Yeah.
Sean.
Oh,
those were horrible.
Yeah. I never saw that, but
when
yeah, that
they
was
did
supposed to be
like
really bad.
whatever it was, Bray Wyatt versus Goldberg,
Yeah, some of the.
Rusev against Undertaker and
Yeah,
a Buried
that-
Alive.
yeah,
yeah,
that-
like a lot of those. So that's probably what
yeah,
I
those
mean.
were bad.
I have one more topic.
But again, that just shows you how much the bar has been raised.
Right.
Like you just like I remember like on the list of minus 5-star matches. I'm sure I watched this on Coliseum Home Video on VHS from the Wrestling Classic show. Was a minus 5-star match between Junkyard Dog and Moondog Spot. Like I'm sure that just.
Man, JYD.
I will also say I never watched the infamous Heroes of Wrestling match between the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov against the Bushwhackers, but that is also considered one of the worst matches I've
Yeah.
ever seen. But
I want to show of hands.
yes,
Who here likes Jeff Cobb's new name? What is Jeff Cobb's new name? Could you tell us?
JC Mateo.
JC Mateo.
What?
Yeah.
Who likes JC Mateo?
As-
Just show of hands.
As Chris
Anybody?
Canyon would say, the answer is nobody.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
a no for me, brother.
Oh, you like it?
Hell no.
Okay.
It's so bad. Why wouldn't you just keep it as Jeff Cobb?
Okay, I agree with you.
But is his middle name Corn?
That would honestly be better.
Is his middle name Corn? You
Jeff
say?
Corngo.
That would be better
It would have been so
than
good.
J.C. Mateo. Ugh.
This is what I live with, everybody. Every day.
Wait. What if his first name was Jeff? I mean, what if his first name was Corn, middle name was on the last name would be Kyle?
Okay. Let's move on to Beach Break.
Oh God.
Speaking of good wrestling, let's move on to Beach Break.
Man, what?
So, the opener
Don't touch me.
was Ospreay and Hangman against Josh Alexander and Takeshita.
Hangman should have betrayed him when he had the chance.
The story of this was Hangman and Ospreay not being able to work together.
They kissed.
Actually were able to work together, but not
They
being happy
kissed,
about it.
by the way.
At the end, Hangman almost accidentally hit Ospreay with the buckshot. Then Ospreay almost accidentally hit Hangman with the hidden blade. Then they got on the same page, hit Josh Alexander with a combo buckshot and hidden blade. That was awesome. And they got the pin.
I did like that.
Takeshita attacked both of them after the match.
No, about that. They kissed.
Oh, did they?
Yes, because hold the mic for me.
Okay.
Because you have the running knee here. Can you show this? And the faces are here, and the mouths are here. And Maxie, can you be like a knee and like punch him in like right there?
Oh, I love.
See the kiss.
Oh,
kiss.
I love it when they use visual aids.
You know what I'm saying, Roman? You know what I'm saying?
Oops.
And,
Yeah, totally.
Yep. Yep.
Like when their faces are real together, and
Right.
Takeshita knees one into the other,
Right.
and their mouths are there. I mean, like it happens.
After this,
Oh, yes.
Ospreay came
Oh,
back,
yes.
but in the process, he accidentally clobbers Hangman, and they start arguing again to set up their match at Double or Nothing. We had the match with Ricochet and Zach Gallen.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Ass.
it was look, it was a match with Zach Gallen. I mean, and you know what you're going to
no,
get.
This
and
felt like, this
it
felt
is
like
ama-
disableist.
It is amazing that he's able to do what he does. Did I need to ever see him wrestle again? No, but I'm not going to tell you this was bad.
Felt ableist.
The
No, this felt
highlight
ableist,
actually was
'cause-
Red
no,
One.
No, this felt ableist because you had Ricky O'Shea, like making me to me, hey, you got one leg.
How about when Ricochet thought he could put on a figure four leg lock?
Yeah, this is
That
all
was pretty
ableist.
good. I thought.
Yeah.
This is all ableist. This is like attitude era stuff. Yeah.
So after Gallen misses a moonsault, Ricochet pinned him with the spirit gun. He laid him out with another one after the match, punt kicked him. Mark Briscoe made the save. Then, and I have trouble figuring out why they did it this way. Apparently, did anybody realize that there was a bitter feud between Mark Briscoe and Ricochet?
yeah.
No.
Because we watched these shows and I did not. But Briscoe put a promo on him that they put on the social media, challenging Ricochet at Double or Nothing to a stretcher match.
Oh,
Wait,
what?
And that match is made. So we're going to see that at Double or
Stretch
Nothing.
match in
Stretcher
AEW
match.
history, I think.
Is it?
It might be.
I've seen so many
Yeah.
matches.
I don't
I've
think we've
seen, like-
seen a stretcher match.
You
You're
ever
right.
seen Stretcher match? Well, at the time he was Shane Strickland versus AR Fox in Lucha Underground.
No, I never saw
No.
that.
Absolutely.
Because I don't pretend to watch Lucha Underground.
Well, yeah, we didn't.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm sure that was
Lucha
great.
Underground's awesome.
That match is
But why'd
made.
they not stay in business?
Then, for some reason, after they got beat up 1-on-2 by Sam's Hero,
Mm-hmm.
Top Flight then gets an eliminator match with the Hurt Syndicate.
Because that makes sense here, right?
Why, I don't know.
Obviously.
But at least this week, they got killed 2-on-2 instead of 1-on-2.
That's kind of sadder.
Bob,
You got to step up.
spear on Dante
Bobby, if
Martin,
you're
Hurt
nasty.
Lock, done.
Bobby, if you're nasty, man.
So for the second week in a row, your Geeks of the Week are Top Flight. And I'll go even further. Where is Al Snow? Because if they wanted to recreate the we have to have it every show. If they wanted to
What
do
is that
Job
knife?
Is that a knife?
If they
You put a knife at us?
He's threatening me.
if they wanted to
Well,
do
I've
Job,
got some kids
we're doing
here.
a show here.
He pulled a knife on me.
He's threatening the minors.
This is
It's
like
a
our
wa-
school again. God.
It's a way. Oh my
It's like our
god.
school again.
Don't take me back there, Roman.
Yeah.
I got out.
Yeah. The
Okay, no, we're talking
It's like
about
the
something.
old
That's
block
school.
Wait, no,
rules.
no,
Yeah,
this isn't it. I've
about school.
no.
Fine.
So I put my water bottle.
Into
I
the
put-
microphone.
I put my cup thing right here in between my legs to hold it, and it fell through and landed perfectly.
Oh, great.
I'll let that to be known.
Let me get
Trick
back
shot.
to my point.
Dude Perfect hired me.
If Al Snow
Shout out
is
Dude
around
Perfect,
and not
hire me,
busy,
please.
he could recreate the Job Squad
How do you
with
do that?
Top Flight and AR Fox
What the hell's the job?
because they
squad?
lose and lose and
Is it
lose.
just like a jobber faction?
Yes.
Makes
Back in
sense.
the day,
Alston was not
In
a
the
jobber. Alston was
WWF.
a legend.
He was at one point a super jobber.
Yes.
They had a faction called the Job,
the Job Squad, they had merch.
Yeah, they actually had their merch was kind of awesome.
Yeah, they
They
had,
had
merch.
they had like the outline of like a body.
A body on the ground, yeah.
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 So if Al's not busy, Top Flight and AR Fox needs you. After the match, out come Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
Where the hell?
Sammy's-
No, Sami Zayn was it's not Sami Zayn. Sammy Guevara was dressing like Cody Rhodes here, like that light blue suit.
A little bit.
We need to see Sammy Guevara more. He's so good. We need to
Then
see
they
him so much more.
we're going to see him. Then they proceed to make a challenge to the Hurt Syndicate. Then the Crew came out. Because apparently in their mind, since they also beat Top Flight, they deserve a title
Well, who
shot.
hasn't beat up Top Flight? I mean, everybody has.
MVP says they should wrestle on
Oh, shit,
Collision. The
remember
winner
when
gets a
Captain
shot at
Sean
the...
Dean beat your hero twice. Remember that, huh, Sam?
Well, one of those was by count out. And why are we talking about the infantry?
I
Yeah,
was
shut the heck up, Max.
Captain Sean Dean's in the infantry again.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's part of Bad Tattoos and News.
Oh, so I was thinking
Okay,
about
stop.
Air Fox, and I started thinking of Captain Sean Dean because I feel like they're similar jobbers. And then I just thought of him beating his hero twice.
Yeah, no. So Crew comes out. They beat Top Flight. Like, that's something. And they think they should get a title shot. So MVP says that those two teams should wrestle in Collision. Then the winner gets a shot at them at Double or Nothing. That match did happen. Guevara and Rhodes beat them. So that
Sons
match
of
is
Te-
going to be made
Sons
for
of
Double or
Texas.
Nothing.
So bad.
After
pretty
this
good.
segment, MVP, being the pro that he is, throws it to commercial saying that once they come back, we're going to hear from MVP. So they go to commercial, they come back. Now, earlier, during a backstage segment with Renee, she asked Friedman something to the effect of, well, what happens if they decide that the answer is no again? Have you thought about like what that might
And they
mean
beat
for
your
you?
ass.
And apparently this now dawned on Friedman that this might not end up well for him. So I guess he had second thoughts because when they came back from commercial, I mean, it never occurred to him that the "we hurt people" might hurt him.
Yeah.
So they come back from commercial. He is at the production table, hiding behind Tony Khan, Jerry Lynn, and Sanjay Dutt.
Makes
Benjamin
sense.
Shelton goes back there, sees Friedman, grabs him, drags him to the ring. But here's the good news. What happened, Sam?
She said yes.
They got the 3 thumbs up. It was on
Wedding in March.
It was actually kind of cool the way they did it because he got the thumbs up from Montel and Benjamin again.
Montel.
Then Bob put his arm around
Davis.
Max. Benjamin was like behind him, looking like he was about to super kick somebody, presumably Friedman if the thumb was down. But he got the thumb up. So Friedman starts running around the ring saying, "We hurt people, we hurt people." And MVP announced a contract signing for this week.
Well, you know what's going to be in a contract? He's got to shave his head.
And do you think that's a deal breaker for Friedman?
Are your shoes off?
On that note, they're gonna turn on him. You watch.
One would think there's a strong possibility that, but here's the thing though.
What would they say?
Are we
yes?
going to have a baby face Friedman again, or are people going to cheer this?
People would love
They
babyface
cheered him
Friedman.
saying yes.
Right, like
I
they
think
gonna go?
I know. MJF is one of those people where they're going to cheer for him if he's babyface or heel. Because
No.
they get cheers if he's our scumbag, he's
Well,
our
here's the thing.
scumbag.
Here's the thing.
And when it was a babyface, he got popped.
Friedman is clearly a heel and gets booed all the time. But even though they're presumably supposed to be heels, the people seem to like the Hurt Syndicate with the chanting of "We hurt people, we hurt
hurt
people."
people.
No, but they also chant for MJF, he's our scumbag.
Not anymore.
No, they still do.
Not as
No.
not he.
And one person said congratulations to MJF as he left. There was
Well,
a guy with like a little phone, and MJF came over.
Oh,
and
that's
said,
right, he did. Well, I'm interested to see where they go with this. Now, let's get.
Is
Wait,
he
but
wearing some
can I
loud
talk about
suit?
the lawyer thing?
Let's. Oh, right, he's going to have Smart Mark Sterling look over the contracts for you.
Where the
Where is
hell?
he been? It's the Josh Gilmore wrestling people.
What do you mean?
Smart Rock Sherling.
Oh yes.
You guys are both old and lawyers.
Yeah. I don't know how. I don't think Sterling is old.
He's old enough.
Well, after that
Now-
single person he's representatives went to WWE.
Who's?
Smart Marks.
No, he represented.
Actually,
He represented Moxley.
no.
Uh,
He did. He represented Jade. She left. She's
oh, that's right.
MJF.
Jay's gone. Oh yeah, Jay's gone.
Yeah,
Now-
So maybe.
Let's get to what, in my mind, is actually the most interesting story of the week. I don't know if you two know about this. So you had another four-way eliminator
Oh, you're playing
for
catch.
the women's title
Are you good at it?
with Tony, Azumi, Mina Shirakawa, and the return of Sky Blue.
Who
Now,
cares?
you two remember, like, when she was around before, Mina had that music. It kind of sounded like an accordion. And
It was good.
she would come out and do her dance. She came out on Dynamite to different music.
Well, hi.
Now, this shows you how powerful and immediate social media can be. The response online to the new Mina Shirakawa music was so immediate and so negative that when she ended up winning the match, they put on the old music. And
Already?
TK acknowledged, yes, that is what happened. Just that fast. They realized they made a mistake. And when she won, she did win the match. The match was just okay. Sky Blue looked rusty. I don't know why they put her out there in a match like this for her first match back.
Against those three.
But Mina reversed a Tony Storm cradle, got the pin. So we're going to get Tony and Mina at Double or Nothing. But when she won the match,
We want Mina.
they put on the old music. So I've never seen anything
like
like
Mina?
that.
Tony Storm.
You'll race or something?
Thumbs down on Tony Storm?
Don't like.
No.
That's insane.
You're kidding.
This guy's a job.
When I read and turned on her, I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
You're a
Wow.
Mariah May fan?
I am surprised.
Yeah,
I
Mariah
can't-
May.
Oh, wait.
Again, you were there that night. That woman's over like $1 million.
Tony Storm.
Wow.
Why? Because she's listening
Am-
from your time, old man. Jeez.
Oh my
It's
god.
true.
She's straight out of your era.
After the match, Mercedes came out. She was looking for revenge on Azumi for having won the New Japan Strong title
No,
from her.
thank God for no more 4 belts, Monet.
Put her in the bank statement.
So boring.
Hater comes out, makes the save. Now,
4 belts Monet is so boring.
Well, yeah.
She's gonna be free.
now it's just 3.
Still boring.
Then we come back from a break. Nigel McGuinness is in the ring with Shivani.
Oh boy.
He apologized to Tony
He should enough.
about what happened at the end of Collision where he got in the ring. He said he did what he told Tony not to do. He called out Daniel Garcia to apologize to him. Garcia, of course, said Nigel didn't need to apologize. He did what he needed to do. Asked him to team up to wrestle FTR. Then Stokely comes out.
Big Stoke.
Says FTR wasn't there, cuts his promo, says Nigel could not beat hepatitis, so how could he beat FTR? That, of course, sets Nigel off.
What is hepatitis?
It's a disease.
What is it?
It's a disease.
What kind of
Disease.
disease?
One
kind
that
of
no
leech?
one wants.
That is true.
Does anybody want a
FTR, in
disease?
fact, was there. They jumped Garcia and Nigel. They're about to spike pile drive Nigel when Daddy Magic runs down with the crowbar to make the save. Then on Collision, Nigel accepts the challenge. So that match is made for Double or Nothing with Garcia and Nigel against FTR. Now we go to the main event because a lot happened here. In a steel cage for the AEW World title, Jon Moxley against the aforementioned, apparently not sufficiently meaty Samoa Joe.
And my babysitter.
And your desired babysitter.
Small Joe,
So
please.
they went to war. Moxley's bleeding all over the place.
Yeah, 'cause he's a bleeder.
It got wild
He's
at
a
the end.
sweater. He's
So
a
it-
bleeder.
So the Death
Rock the
Riders,
sweater.
Powerhouse Hobbs, and
Rock
Will
the
Nightingale are
sweater.
all
Puppets.
at ringside. Joe gets Moxley in the coquina clutch. Claudio starts climbing the cage. I forget what happened, but somehow he falls off. He crashes down into Willow and Marina, so they both get taken out. Powerhouse Hobbs chokeslams poor Wheeler Yuta through a table, so
Not a
he's
good day.
dead.
Not a good week for Wheeler.
Then we see somebody in a hooded sweatshirt grab the briefcase, slide it into the cage through the hole where the camera goes. Moxley gets it. Clobbers Joe, gets the pin. We're all like, we couldn't see the face.
I should know.
Somebody said, was it you?
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Sam realized it first. It was Gabe Kidd.
if they sign him,
So I don't know if
I don't know
he's
what the-
signed or they haven't said anything about
I would
him
love
being
for
all
them to
elite.
sign Gabe Kidd,
They'll
but
probably
that
sign him.
announcer's not going to be happy.
But he
that
is
one
now
announcer
apparently
for-
affiliated with the Death Riders.
That one announcer from
Everybody listen.
New Japan that
I
was
don't know
talking
who the
about
heck
his
this Gabe Kidd fella is.
Talking to the
He
mic.
looks like a crazy man. He
Well, you
looks
saw
crazy.
the match against Omega.
Yeah. All I know
That
is he's
match
a
was
guy
incredible.
from Bullet Club and he's European. That's the two things I know.
And he's
about
great. That
He's
match
really,
was, that was
really
the
good.
best
That
match
match
of the
was
year
awesome.
so far.
Listen, he looks insane, and I saw a video of him humping the AEW sign.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh yeah, he was on AEW.
All right, I don't want to hear it.
He was,
We're not done.
yeah.
So then the Young Bucks come down and the beatdown starts. Omega runs out. He gets jumped by Okada.
Makes sense.
He gets
They
jumped.
they throw Kenny in the ring.
I get jumped every day.
They start to lower the cage.
By the Ops.
Speedball Mike
By the
Bailey
Ops.
comes down to run off Okada. Joe gets the EVP trigger. Mox gives Kenny the DDT. I'm screaming at the television at this point, where is Swerve? Then finally his music hits. He comes down. He climbs up the cage, gives all of the heels the Swerve stomp from on top of the cage. Matt Jackson raises the cage again, and they get out. Swerve then makes the challenge. We were all waiting for it. It's going to happen. The main event of Double or Nothing is going to be Anarchy in the Arena.
Wait, question.
TK confirmed that the match is going to happen, but we don't know the teams.
Wait, question.
So what do we think?
Wait, can I make my prediction first? And
Of course.
Okay.
Go ahead, Booker M.
A, I think that they're gonna save blood. I think they're gonna do this again, Blood and Guts. But it would be so for Blood and Guts.
Well, wait,
I
we're
think they-
going past Anarchy in the Arena?
No,
Wait, I
yes,
think
wait.
you're
I just
up
want to say
about
something.
Wait, hold
I
on.
think that
Let's-
Blood and
what-
Guts. I think that Anarchy in the Arena is gonna happen. It's gonna be great, and then they're gonna do this again, and it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be Swerve, Kenny.
Is this for Anarchy in the Arena?
No.
We're already jumping ahead to your Blood and Guts
Yeah.
match. All right, well, okay, fine.
Could I just give mine?
Joe,
We'll get to you.
Hobbs, and Darby.
Oh, you're going to have Darby in it.
Darby
By the
definitely-
time they get to
or-
Blood and Guts, you could have Darby back.
Or do you think Danielson will be up for wrestling?
I'm not. I'll believe that when I see it. All right.
And then my prediction for the team is Joe, Hobbs, Kenny, Swerve, and I don't know if Kenny, Hobbs. I don't know. This last
Well,
member's tough, but
well,
I
here's
don't know if Hook and Shibata wouldn't do it.
Well, here's the
because they're
thing. They
injured.
did announce for Dynamite this week Moxley and the Young Bucks against Swerve, Joe, and Hobbs.
So I think there's.
So I think it's safe
Yeah.
to say that those six are going to be in it. It's the other. It's going to be 5-on-5. You would
No,
think.
it's gonna be Gabe, Kid, and Claudio.
Gabe and Claudio on the one side, and on the other you need two
So
more.
it's
I
wait,
have
so
Omega?
on the heel side it's
Omega. Okay,
wait,
I have mine.
On the heel side it's Moxley,
The Young
Kid,
Bucks,
the Young Bucks, and Claudio.
Kid and Claudio. Okay,
and on
against
the other side it's gonna be
Joe Hobbs.
Joe Hobbs, Kenny Swerve, and this fifth person's
You
tough.
need the fifth.
I feel
I
like
have
you
mine.
should. I mean, could you bring someone in like from the outside? Like, I mean, who would you want to bring
Unless
in though?
it's going to be the return of. I mean, it could be the return of Shibata.
Let me
Or,
think
but
of-
here's the other thing. You got in some way or
Are
another.
there any free agents?
In some way or another, you got to have Marina and Willow involved in this thing. Now,
No, I feel like they should have their own.
eventually,
Street
they're gonna, eventually they're going to have their own match. But are they going to be involved in
give
this
mine.
thing?
No, they would
Oh,
have their
go
own
ahead,
street
brother.
fight.
Go ahead.
I give mine. It's gonna be what Max is doing.
Into the microphone.
I want to put in speedball in there.
Speedball.
You can
Okay.
do some kicks, some flips. That's basically all
Okay.
he does,
Speedball.
but- Yeah.
So it would be-
speedball, Kenny, Swerve,
Swerve,
Joe. And
Okay, you could have Speedball as the fifth member.
Because I like speedball.
Oh, he's great.
Speedball good at being speedball.
Yeah, he's great. So they've confirmed the match is happening. I would think that's going to have to close the show since you don't have a world title match.
And that was it last year, I think.
And this way at least if it makes sense because if you're gonna put on Hangman and Ospreay towards the end of that show, and they're going to have a killer match, which I'm sure they will. The one thing that you can follow a match like that with is a violent spectacle, no matter how great another Will Ospreay match is. So I think that's what it's good.
Wait, what is Anakin Arena?
What's that?
Double
is
or nothing this week.
This Sunday night.
Wait.
Wait, does Osprey have a match?
Yeah.
Against Hangman in the
Oh,
in the Owen
dang
Cup, in the Owen Hart final.
I would have said Osprey.
No, it's definitely I think the only real mystery is who.
No, I think they're gonna keep it a surprise. What's someone for Japan? What's someone for Japan?
There's gonna be no surprise.
Yes, there is.
No.
I don't know. I mean, again,
they're gonna keep it a surprise.
I'm confident.
For now.
I mean, yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely Swerve, Joe, Hobbs, and Omega.
What's someone that wouldn't like?
It's just who is the fifth member going to
What's
be on
someone
that
that
side?
wouldn't like the Young Bucks?
I don't know. We're gonna,
Everybody.
and again, the question:
Adam
how
Cole.
how,
No.
It's all about the boom.
how are they going to
champion.
involve Willow and Ray? But this
Well,
was a good.
why not?
This was a good show. The ending was
I've
wild.
always
Oh,
I
God, brother.
hope this shouldn't be. This could be fun violence and not sad violence, like what Jimmy Lloyd does, where they just trying to kill each-self.
Oh no,
Whoa,
this,
whoa, whoa! Sam,
No, I don't want
you
this
want
one
to
to
jump
goddamn-
you.
it's going to be a violent spectacle.
Like, the fun violence, like drowning, getting run over.
Well, last year we
Fire.
saw. Last year we saw
Getting
Jack
hung up.
Perry set on fire,
getting hung up.
and Darby Allin smashed him with
the
a
glass
with a
and
car.
tables where they're trying to basically do
Jack
architecture.
Perry has not had a good run lately.
Where they're
He got
basically
trapped in
architecture.
Daniel Garcia's basement
like
somewhere.
those clips.
Are we
where it's
gonna
like
see the
tables, glass,
No,
table,
you're not-
fire.
Are we gonna see the
table?
Those are
Now
awesome.
that'll
jump off.
Are we
of
going
it.
to see
That's-
exploding
that's
sneakers?
bad.
Huh?
Are we going to see exploding sneakers?
No, thumbtacks.
Sure.
Or thumbtack sneakers?
Something with
It's going to
sneakers.
look. It's going to be a violent spectacle. It's
gonna be chair
un-
sneakers.
hopefully they
I-
learn
I
their
think
lesson.
Gabe
It's
Kidd
got to
gonna be
close the
nasty,
show.
man.
It's going to be great.
Gabe
I'm
Kidd
looking
could be
forward to it.
nasty.
I do love a violent spectacle.
You're-
Anything else before we wrap it up?
No.
Thank you as always, producer Roman. Thank you, John. Big show next week, Saturday night's main event and Double or Nothing. So we will see you next week with another episode of Grappling with the Gilmans. That's a wrap.
Peace.